So thank you for joining us on your mat today. Hope you have a towel. If you do not have a towel, it's not a problem. You can use a face cloth or something slippery, and then something that you can use as support, like a TheraBand or a belt or an item that is solid. And we will make a hybrid movement class, trying to use proprioception, trying to get feedback from the outside world. Right, so standing on your mat with a whole bunch of mats out in front of you, grab your towel and put it behind your head for me, please. I want you to stand with your feet about a fist width apart, and you'll press your head into your towel, trying to establish a connection on the back of your neck and your posterior chain. So pressing that head back into your towel. And then begin by nodding your chin to your chest, gazing down at your toes. You'll roll vertebra by vertebra down, rounding your spine, but continue to press your head into the towel, creating a roundness and a C shape. The eye line needs to be between your thighs. Keep your chin in. Inhale here, and then exhale to roll back up to standing, unraveling the spine to straight. Again, nod chin to chest, rolling down, curling vertebra by vertebra, rounding into the spine, pressing your head into your towel, pulling your tummy away from your t-shirt, knitting your ribs in, and then roll back up to standing, unraveling all the way to straight. You're going to turn on your mat, or at least be able to face forward, so that you can hold your arms out above your head, still holding onto your towel. Arms are reaching up, and I may need to change my screen, Stefan, if you want to tip it up slightly for me. And hold here. On an inhale, translate your rib cage to one side. That means you just move your top half of your body off the bottom half of your body, slipping and sliding those ribs. Then tilt over into a C curve, but it's a side bending C, and draw yourself back to stack the vertebra one on top of the other. Translate the ribs off to one side, leaving your hips behind, and then side bend into a gradual C to the side, pulling back the bones, one bone on top of the other. It's a translation with a side bend, and then you drag yourself back, and a translation with a side bend, and we drag ourselves back. Well done. You're going to knot up your towel, stick it on the floor behind you, and then stand with one leg in front. So we've committed to one leg in front, and you'll slip that towel further back, lifting your arms to parallel to your ears. And we're stretching the hip flexor, reaching back that leg, framing your face with your arms. And then draw back the leg to standing while you pull your hands behind you, reaching the fingertips towards the ground. On an inhale, we get that stretchy stance, tilting forward with your heart, but closing your ribs. And then on an exhale, you rise back up, reaching your fingers back behind you. Inhale for the third, and exhale up. Inhale to slip it back, and exhale, rise. If you're finding it hard on the mat, you may step off the mat to the side and find a more slippery surface. We stay down here. Fold the arms in front of you, keeping steady in the front leg. The arms are folded like a Russian dancer. And you're going to attempt to put less weight on your hind leg, bringing it forward to meet your front leg. So now you're in a squat, but you haven't risen at all. You're low as you can go. You step the leg back, you bring it forward. You step it back, you bring it forward. 5 more. and forward. 4. Good. 3. Abs in. 2. And in. Last one. And in. Rise. Collect your towel. Bring it to the middle of the mat. And we'll do the other leg. Standard. So we have a hind leg on the towel. Front leg is bending. Lift your arms to frame your ears. Abs are in. You tilt it forward. Good. We rise up, sliding the towel in, reaching your fingers down towards the floor. Inhale, you slip that leg back. And exhale, you pull it forward. Inhale, we slide. And exhale. Again. And ribs in. Last one, we stay here. Fold in the arms. And we're going to bring floating that light back leg forward. Boom. And back. And forward. And back. We have 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And then rise. Kneel on your mat. Grab hold of your towel. We still have people joining us. We're going to redo a lovely warm-up here. So don't worry, you haven't lost out on too much. Pressing your head into the towel. Establish a posterior chain connection. Keep your hips forward. Tailbone tucked. Abs engaged. Steph, can you admit that? Roll down. Curling, curling, curling. Draw in the skin away from your shirt. Curl down, press your feet into the floor. Go as rounded as you can, but with your hips as far forward as you can. And then unravel. Upright. Again, chin to chest. Push your shins down, round the spine. Curling. And then roll back up. Unraveling. You're going to take your left leg forward with as little fuss as possible. So you'll transfer weight onto your right, left leg goes forward. Now flex your toes so that you can hinge forward into a stretch. Hinge and press your head into your towel. Try to keep weight on both legs. And then hinge back up. And you fold forward again. Weight through that left heel. Lengthen the spine. And come back up. One more. Hinge forward. And up you come. Fold in the knee. Weight bearing forward. Hip flexor stretch. We keep the abs engaged. And you rotate your chest to the left-hand side. We twist the chest to the left. And come back to center. 2 more. Twist to the left. And back to center. Last one. Push into your shins and your feet. And back to center. And then you press back to kneeling. With as little fuss as possible, your right leg goes forward. Extending it out. Flexing in the toes. And so we weight bear evenly. And hinge forward into a stretch. Ribs are in, but heart is forward. Rise up. 2 more. Hinge. And back up. Pitch forward. And up. Fold in the knee, lean forward. You're pressing your weight forward to stretch your hind legs, hip flexor. And then you rotate across the right knee 3 times. Exhale, twist. And center. Exhale, twist to the right. And center. And last one. And back to center. Press to kneeling. You can rest your arms. Lie down on your back. feet down, knees bent. You're lying on your back. Your towel is in the nape of your neck. It will support your head. So we're lowering the screen a little, and you're lying down. Everyone coping. Stefan's checking your form. Okay? So here we are. Head resting on the towel. Your poor forearms, I'm so glad they're going to be lovely toned forearms. Exhale, we lift head and chest up to gaze between the knees. You want to pluck yourself off the ground. You want to do this as high as you can, and then try and pull in your tummy. Lower yourself back down. Exhale, we lift head and chest higher. Use your stomach, not your arms, and lower yourself down. And then last one, lift head and chest higher and lower yourself back down. You may relax the towel underneath your head. Hands are at your sides. You reach those arms long. You're going to press your big toes into the floor and open the collarbones. Tuck your tail, drawing in navel to spine and hollowing out your abdomen. Squeeze your glutes and peel your sit bones off the floor, engaging your hamstrings. We continue to lift the hips up, up, up off the ground. Now open the collarbones again. Press your wrists into the floor and lower your spine, melting back down on the mat. Unravel the tail, find length. Inhale. Exhale, peel yourself up and off the floor, lifting up your hips. Pause at the top. Press your big toes into the ground. Press your baby toes into the ground. Open your collarbones and then lower yourself back down, unraveling the tail. Inhale again and exhale to peel off your hips. Up, up, up you go. Pause at the top and then twist your pelvis as if lowering just your right glute. So you turn your hips and you take your right glute down onto the mat and then lift up your hips. Twist the pelvis so that your left hip is lower than your right and lower the left bottom onto the mat. Lift. Twist the pelvis and lower. Lift. Twist your pelvis and down. Two more like this. We rotate and lower and then lift. Twist the pelvis and lower. You can lift your hips up, center your pelvis so that both hips are aiming for height. Tuck your tail some more and pull your heels towards your buttocks. So you are activating that posterior chain and you're reaching your fingers to your feet and your feet pull to your fingers and then lower slowly all the way down. Well done. You grab the towel from underneath your head and you're going to lift the head and the chest up into a chest lift, pulling the right knee to tabletop and then the left leg to tabletop. And you're going to hang on to the knees, pulling yourself a little higher up. So using your towel to help you, you're pressing your leg slightly away. And then you extend the right leg on the diagonal line, lower the right foot down towards the floor, bring the right leg back up and put it in tabletop. Extend the left leg, lower it down towards the floor, bring the left leg back up and then bend it back into tabletop. We extend the right, keep your height, lower the right, lift it and then bend it. It's a straightness followed by lowering, followed by lifting and straightness, and then you bend. Extend, lower, lift, and bend. One more. Extend, lower, lift, and bend. Rest your head. Well done. The towel goes up in the air. It's just for awareness. And you can lift your legs to tabletop and hold them here in the air. Doing the next exercise with your feet in the air is a little harder than if we were to do it with your feet on the ground. And I'm giving you the option of in the air or on the ground. On an inhale, you'll take your knees over to one side without letting the towel move. And then exhale, bring it back up. Inhale over without moving your shoulders or your fingertips. Pull the legs back. So in the air, we go over. We don't fall over. Pull yourself back. And so there's this fine line between confidence, overconfidence, and maybe too conservative. We want you to change. So you need to challenge yourself and then realize when you've gone too far. And back, one more. Over. And then pull yourself back. Fantastic. Take your arms over your head. Really reaching, stretching out the shoulder girdle. Back, drag your ribs down to the floor. So if your choice was to have feet on the ground, so be it. You may keep them there. But if your legs are on tabletop, you better not be blowing in your belly. Draw in your tummy. On an exhale, we lift head, chest, towel, and you come up nice and high to pull down your towel on your shins. Then you will lift your heart some more. Lift your hands some more. Reach up the towel towards the ceiling. And then once it hits your jawline, you lower yourself back down. And so up we come. Exhale. Pull on your towel. Get more height. Reach your fingertips forward high. And then you lower yourself back down. Again, 3 more. Exhale. Find depth. Lift and lower. 2 more. Exhale. Find height. Lift and lower. Last one. And lift. Up you come. And you get to lower your right foot down. Lower your left foot down. And so your feet are on the ground, but your arms are overhead. You're going to tuck your tail, imprint your spine, and lift your hips up off the floor, finding length in the top of your legs, trying to get a little bit more out of your hips, and then curl down bone by bone, lowering the spine, unravel. We'll go again, imprint the spine, and lift. Squeeze your glutes at the top, and lower back down, unravel. And then 1 more, tuck that tail and lift up your hips, float your arms back up to the ceiling. We now have tension across that towel. You are opening up the towel. Float your right leg to tabletop and lower it down. Again, same leg, right leg to tabletop and lower it down. Same leg, last one. Right leg to tabletop and lower it down. No rest for the wicked. Left leg and down. Left leg and down. Last one. Left leg and down. And then melt the spine. Extend the left leg on the ground. Bring the right leg to tabletop. Lasso the foot. And so we have hip flexion, knee flexion. We're going to attempt to straighten your right leg. Now, that could be close to your chest or far away from your chest. It's up to you, but we try to straighten the right leg. And then you bend. We try to straighten the right leg and bend. We extend the right leg now. Point your foot into your towel. Collect your chin by nodding chin to chest. Collect your chest by lifting your head and your heart up off the floor. Press into the towel as you roll yourself to seated. And then lift your heart into extension. Squeeze your scapula down your back. And then melt that spine down, rolling, tipping back, and rest. We're going to swap your legs. Left leg goes in, right leg goes long. We start with the bend, and you attempt to straighten the leg close to your chest and bend. Attempt to straighten the leg close to your chest and bend. We keep you even. It's 3, but now you point into your band, or your, in this case, towel, and you collect your chin. Drop your ribs as you collect your chest. Push the leg away. Roll up. You might need momentum. A little sneaker cheat. We lift our hearts. Peacock here. Lift your heart. Turn on the back extensors. Draw in the ribs. And then melt back. Each bone has a chance to show off as it articulates down, rounding through the spine. And voila. And then take that leg out. Awesome. Turn over onto your tummy. Onto your tummy you go. And we're going to hold our towel just out in front of us. You can have it on a slippery surface, which makes for wonderful movement. If your mat's sticky enough, you can do it on your mat. So you just position yourself that you have opportunity to make the most out of this toy, this tool. Okay, the legs are together, and you go as low as you can go. You get down onto the floor. You're trying to crush your chest down. For some of us with stiff spines and rounded upper backs, there's an amazing extra thought process that you can have of dropping your chest down a little bit lower so that you get compression in your sternum. So you want to reach those fingertips, pull your shoulders down your back, and then crush your chest just a little bit more than you want to into the mat. The eye line is down. It won't remain down for long. On an inhale, you gaze slightly forward, but mainly you're pulling your head off your shoulders. And then you continue to inhale as you lift your head and your chest and your heart, dragging your towel towards you. Push into your hands as you lift, opening up the breastbones. And then lower one bone at a time, trying to crush the sternum down. And then untuck your chin, or tuck in your chin, and unravel the spine to straight. On an inhale, gaze forward as you lift up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Pressure into the ground helps lift you along the ground as opposed to just up. And then lower yourself back down, unraveling to straight. Inhale, you look forward, and then you pull yourself into extension. And we come back down and gaze at your mat. 2 more. Lift on an inhale and lower on the exhale. Last one, lift on the inhale and lower on the exhale. Hold onto the towel and put your hands quite close together so that they're about your head width apart, and then place the towel on the back of your head. Inhale to lift head and hands and heart. Exhale to lower head and hands and heart. Inhale to lift head and hands and heart with the towel on the back of your head, and lower it back down. Last one. Lift the towel, the head, the hands, the heart, and then straighten your arms. Extending your arms like you're Superman flying. Bring the hands back to behind the head and lower yourself down. Lift head and heart, extending your arms, flying. And then place your hands back behind your head and come down. Last one, lift And then straighten those arms and bring them back behind your head and come down. You deserve a stretch. You place your hands underneath your shoulders, push up and back with your hips so that your bottom goes over the heels and you can stretch your arms out in front of you. Breathe into your upper back, lower back, into your ribs. And then walk your hands to the right of your mat for a little stretch off to the side. Let's take your right hand past your right foot. So now you have your hands reaching on opposite ends of the mat. The right hand reaches to the base and the left hand reaches to the top corner. Your eye line looks at your right hand. You can feel, if you play with your armpit position, you might feel the stretch in slightly different places. So you're welcome to play. And then we move back to the center of the mat and walk your hands just off to the left, both hands to the left, and you wait there for a moment. We're breathing here. You're not rushing ahead. And then your left hand will seek your left foot, reaching back to the back corner of the mat. And the right hand is reaching towards the top corner. Still on the left hand side. Play with your armpits up and down. Deep breathing. And then back to the center to find a 4-point kneeling position. So you'll take your towel to the back of the mat underneath your right foot. And you have your hands underneath your shoulders, 4-point kneeling. Step your left foot without the towel back to the base of the mat. You're still on the mat though. Your eye line looks down at your fingers, and you're going to hover your right knee off of the mat. Find length first, plucking your head off your shoulders. Find length in that hind left leg, reaching to the back of the mat, pushing the toes into the floor, connecting your front line. And then bring the towel further forward. So you're sliding the towel on your mat, forward, forward, forward. And then push the towel back, back, back. And pull it forward, forward, forward. And push it back, back, back. Oh, it's nice and sticky. And forward, forward, forward. And so you just have your own little personal battle with your towel as you're dragging it and pressing it and dragging it and pressing it. And I'll check in with you in a couple reps time. Hands in, arms strong, elbows not hyperextended, ribs in, collarbones forward. Last one, and then rest. Swap knees. So you're going to put the towel underneath the left foot. The right leg steps back. Find legs, abs in, elbows corrected. So the soft part of the elbow must shine and not forward. The hubcaps on the outside of the elbow are pointing to the sides like a vehicle. Hover your knee, abs are engaged, pull it forward more. And then press it back. Pull it forward. Press it back. Keep going. You're in maybe a bit of a dark place right now. That's okay. We're in it together. We've got 5. And tuck that. 3, 2, and last one. And then you may rest. Well done. So we're going to come to sitting on your mat in a mermaid position with your towel on the bent leg side with the shin in the front. So for me, it's actually my left. So I have a left leg that's bent at the front with the shin against the front of the mat. And my towel is under my left hand. And then I'm reaching my right towards the foot at the back. You press away your towel, using your sides to support you. You push away, 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 away. And then the right arm reaches past your ear. So we have this beautiful stretch. We're getting a bit of a strengthening in the hips. So maybe you're hanging on for dear life. So be it. And then you pull yourself back up. And so you can position yourself along your mat where you need to be so that it's not a hindrance to go over the edge. On an inhale, you slide down and away. And on an exhale, you drag yourself back up. On an inhale, we slide away. And on an exhale, you come back up. 2 more like this. And up. And up. Now both hands go on your towel. So both hands are on the towel and your heart shines towards the towel. And you'll press away and pull back up into an extension. Press away and pull back up. Square off your shoulders and just try and enjoy the requests made on your body here. And 2 more. And then last one. Onto your left elbow on your mat and on your towel. You're going to take both knees back, both feet back, and lift into a side plank with your right hand behind your head. Hips are pressed forward. Turn the body to shine your heart down on your forearms, taking that right elbow towards your left palm, but lift your spine, twist your ribs, and then unravel to shine everything forward towards knee, hips, crest forward, head is back. And turn and unravel, and then we turn again and unravel and land. Good. Swap to the other side. Swing around, put your towel with enough space so that the last side was a learning curve for some of us. Hand on top of your towel. My left hand reaches for left foot. My right hand is on the towel. And I'm pressing away, trying to collect all the bones in my body so that the movement feels aligned and the same as the other side. And you press away. Noticing if you're translating, if your body dumps into the same old shape each time. And use your sides to come up. 2 more. And use your sides to come up. And last one. And pull up. We're not overthinking, we're just moving. 2 hands move onto the towel. Your heart is shining forward. Collarbones are squared off. You press away. And then try and lift, extending the spine as you come back in. You press away. And extend. Push away. And extend. We lie on our elbow. The feet move back. The knees are stacked. Your arm goes up as you do into a side plank, hand behind head. We rotate 3 times. It's a twisting of the sternum to shine down on the forearm. Elbow comes in contact with the hand if possible. Unravel. Press forward in the hips and turn down and unravel. Head presses into hands. Last one. And unravel. Press the hips forward. Squeeze everything. Come down. Lie on your back. Feet in the corners. Hands palms up. Catch your breath. Inhaling into your belly. Exhale through pursed lips. Seek softness in your feet. Softness in your hips. Softness in your shoulders. Feel that heart rate still a little elevated, but it's calming down. Just try and draw all the air that you can into those lungs. And then sigh it out. Take another breath in. And as you breathe out, you can let all your tension just go.